Hello, kings and queens. Thank you for joining me on my channel. It is your girl, Alicia, aka Karma Taurus. Whatever you call me is perfectly fine with me. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do a U-part wig using so many different tricks and tips. This hair has already been used in a different sew-in with the same client. She just now wants to be able to use it as a U-part wig instead of having it installed in her head. So the very first thing that I'm doing is I'm using wig pins. These things are essential. They make making a wig so much easier. And I'm doubling my wefts. I put a wig pin on one end. I pulled that bad boy as tight and taut as I could, and I put a wig cap on the other end, a wig pin. So my first knot is just underneath the weft through the wig cap. I opened the end of the thread that had the knot and I put the needle through it and I pulled it through. Very simple knot, not as secure as this knot that I'm about to make now. This is what I call the 3-loop knot. So again, put the needle under the weft, under the hair, through the wig cap. I'm gonna take this thread and I'm gonna wrap it around my needle 3 or 4 times is what I've always found was the most secure way. And then as I start getting in the rhythm of moving all the way left to right on my weft, I'm only going to secure it with 1 loop. This just makes it so that everything stays pretty nice and clean and tight. I also, as you can see, I'm pulling straight up. I'm not pulling towards me and I'm not pulling down. I've noticed that when I do those, it makes those gaps in between my hair. And I just don't like that. It shows the weft and it's just a mess. So this is the end of that line. This end was actually folded over. So what I did was I took that wig pin and I pushed it right on the fold so that it could lay super, super flat. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that straight up like I said. And then I'm going to make that knot. So again, put the needle under the weft, or sometimes you can put it through the weft, whichever one you prefer, through the wig cap, wrap the thread around 3 times, and then pull. And that will give you a nice 3-loop knot. Sometimes I do reinforce my knot with an actual knot, like one that you can like just twist and knot yourself. And then sometimes I don't. So that is nice and secure. Here's another trick. If you have pieces of hair that you didn't use and you want to use it, totally do so. So on this line, I started with 2 wefts. One was shorter than the other. So the one in the back actually was shorter than the one on the front, the one closest to me. So what I'm doing is I'm connecting a weft that was already previously cut to those 2 wefts. So I knotted a 3-loop knot the end of the second weft, and I'm doing a 3-loop knot at the beginning of the new second weft. So I put the thread under the first weft, the hair closest to me, and I put it through the second weft, the hair closest to the cap. And now I'm just, threading like normal. Like I said, this is wool thread. I am going to end up switching to nylon just so that you all can see the difference. I did want to show you this. A lot of people, when they put a knot through their weft, they start their new thread right next to the thread they knotted. That's a no-no. Absolutely not. Start your new thread about 2 or 3 stitches away from the knot that ended the last thread, if that makes sense. So basically what you're doing is you're combining them all together and you're making them all, pretty tight. And then here I'm using about a 1/4 of an inch spacing from where the U part is going to actually stop. And as you can see, I did that all the way around. And now I'm all the way at the top and I'm taking this weft. I'm still using my wig pins. It works so well, I'm telling you. And you just want to take your wig pins, push them through the wefts, and then through your styrofoam head. And it just makes everything lay so flat so you can get everything nice and flat. And now I'm going to cut that middle piece. That's going to have the place where any left out hair of yours that you want to blend in with your U-part wig, that's where you're going to put it. So this can be put on the side, this can be straight down the middle. Whatever you want to do, you can absolutely do with these U-part wigs. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to sew in clips. My client wants clips in her hair. You don't have to do this. You can actually sew this in directly to your hair the way that it is, but my client wanted clips. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys what it looks like, where the clips are going to go, and how I'm going to be installing the clips onto the U-part wig. So I'm using these clips. They have gold pieces on the bottom that let you know that's the bottom. It has these rubber pieces on the inside to let you know that's the inside. And you want to make sure that you sew these so that once it goes on the hair, the comb pieces are going to be sticking inside of your braid if you do braids. Because if you end up sewing it the wrong way, it's not going to connect to your hair correctly. So make sure that whatever way you're going to be connecting it to your hair, the combs are going to be going in your hair that way. So around the perimeter of your hair, you want to kind of put those combs going toward you, and then it's hard to explain, but I like to take it off, make sure I'm sewing them correctly, put it in my real hair, clip it in, make sure everything's correct. That's probably the easiest way to do it without having to redo them all the time. So with this, I used a smaller needle because my big sewing needle that I use for my extensions wasn't going through the holes of the clips. So I used a little smaller needle, and this is nylon threading. So again, I'm just making two sewn, I guess you can say two knots, I guess, per hole. There's 3 holes on each side of the clips. So I'm going through the weft and then through the clip 2 times, basically. It's not really a knot, it's just kind of going through it twice for each hole. So it's like 2 for the first one, 2 for the second one, 2 for the third one. The same thing on the other side. There's 3 holes on both sides. So once I have that all done, these things are not coming out, these things are not going anywhere. And yeah, that's pretty much how I do the whole thing. I already did the clips all the way around. That was actually the last one I had to do. But yeah, I have 2 clips on each side where the leave out will be, and then 1 in the middle. And then I have clips going all the way around the perimeter. And I'm just going to do a little bit of styling. I'm using Sebastian spray. I'm using Design Essentials Silk Press collection, and of course my favorite, Fantasia heat protecting spray. I'm using this curling wand to make some pretty nice curls. I pretty much hold it there for about 10 seconds and then let it go, hold it in my hand for about 5 to 7 seconds just so that it can cool down a bit. And here are all the curls done, and I'm just going to take my comb and my finger, kind of comb out the curls to make them a little bit more beachy, a little bit less tight like that. My client likes it more on a more wavy, not so tight curl, but she does like it kind of curly because her hair is naturally curly. So this kind of stuff is completely optional. You don't have to curl it. It's basically based off what you want, what your client wants. Do whatever they say they want, and because they're the ones paying, or if that's what you want, you're the one that has to wear it. So do whatever makes you happy. And yeah, this is pretty much all done. I'm just going to take it off so you guys can see the clips in there. So you can see these clips are going to go inside the hair, inside my client's natural hair. These curls are popping. This looks amazing. It came out so good. So yeah, make sure that you, as always, like and share this post. If you enjoyed it, subscribe so that you know when I have new content coming out, and please set your notification bell so that you can make sure you're not missing any of my new videos. All right, kings and queens, that's it. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.